Hey there, fellow explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, episode 88, a second trek into the forest. Sheep, what are you doing there? Sleeping on the drill? That's not how to get drilled, friend. Sorry, that wasn't, Oops. Where are you going with this? Oh, turrets. Right. They should be off anyway. I should have, used the turrets a little earlier there. They would have been more helpful. So we're getting pretty close to our chem fuel goals. How much insect meat do I have left? 1,000? Okay. We'll just keep going until I hit about 1,000 chem fuel. Because I know the Nutrifungus is going to be growing again soon, so I don't think it's going to be much of a bottleneck issue. Hey, Axios! Due to all your lovely diligence, enjoy the murders. You're welcome. He's like, Steward, how kind of you to let me murder them. Yeah, I know. You bloodlust. Also, before I forget, I should queue a spare shell into both of these. And maybe even redo the barrels. Because I have 15 spare barrels. I might as well have full barrel durability on both. Oh. Oh my god. Well, I wasn't expecting that, like, at all. Axios and Zeusin splitting. What happened? Axios asked Zeusin for a break. I guess coming together with a unified goal in mind has its costs. That's a pretty crummy bed, but it'll have to do. Yeah, it's about the same quality as the other ones, I guess. Yeah, I did not see that coming. Also, I guess there was a social fight between Madzin and Sheep. I think Madzin won by like a landslide. Sheep, yeah, Sheep doesn't look too bad. Or, Madzin don't look too bad. He got punched a few times. Sheep, like, near went unconscious. Whatever's in the water, like, whatever's anger juice that you guys are hopped up on, could you stop beating each other senseless and breaking up relationships? Like, it'd be great if you didn't. So I think this is going to be the last batch of chem fuel that I'm going to make. Out of bug meat. Leaving the remainder of the bug meat for food. And then it is going to be planning a trip out to, you know, to the industrial complex tomorrow. I hope this is 3 hops. Probably 1, 2, 3. It's probably 3 full hops. So it's 150. Let's call it 300, 600, 900. Just to get there? Oh god. It's so much chem fuel. Are you sure you want to send a duo? I don't think I can afford going right now until I get like 2k chem fuel. No, think about it. But luckily we've got Nutrifungus growing for it. Time for a couples retreat? The couples prison? Oh, and yeah, I totally forgot about this jazz up here. Nice. Well, they're hauling it. Because I want to do deep drilling, I'm going to take the research offline for a bit. If you're wondering, I did research chocolate. Not that I'm planning on growing any right now, but hypothetically. Remove Axios from now. Now he's not with Zeusin. That's not a bad idea. However, the likelihood of them getting back together... Oh, God, never mind. Yep. He's going on a normal schedule. So many empty double beds now. I am not going to open up the mining tunnels just yet until this stuff gets hauled. Can I grow chocolate with a roof over it? Oh, that's a good question. I forget. Yeah, you missed a few divorces. There's a lot fewer there's only 2 relationships in our community now. Winter and Wish, Fishpick and Cardinal. And Winter and Wish aren't, like, on the best of terms. And Fishpick and Cardinal aren't either. All relationships are rocky. But Sheep and Madsen aren't together anymore. Zeusin and Axios aren't together anymore. I think those are the 2 breakups. Oh, crap. Sorry. Being a forced artilleryman for an entire day, standing there like... I mean, you're not guarding the Tomb of the Forgotten Soldier. There's not a good reason for you to be standing there. So, my apologies. So, question for you, chat. Should I send a duo, assuming I am able to get the chem fuel from the complex to get home? So the question is, the industrial... We've gone to a few of these, and some of them have significant amounts of chem fuel, or have power and wood to be able to make chem fuel. So the question is, should I send a duo? Because you guys wanted me to send a duo. Should I send a duo out to the industrial complex with under the assumption that I will have the materials to get them home? Or should I wait for me to be able to source the materials before sending them on a potentially one-way trip? Just so that you know what you're voting on. God, there's so much idleness. Now that, okay. Mining tunnel for iron is up. Mining tunnel for plasteel is up. I'm going to add one more drill for plasteel, because the armor that we want is plasteel based. Is it easier living on other map tiles? No. In fact, it was so cold that I had to build a fire. So, if anything, it's harder. It's not necessarily colder, but because there's no natural source of heat, it can actually be more dangerous, I would say. Alright, looks like we are planning for a one-way trip, for better or for worse. So we'll see how this turns out. So JD is a jogger and has high medical, which makes him a really good contender for being one of the two that goes. He does, however, have 0 construction, which makes him a little dangerous as well. Fangface would still be a high... I might send Fangface as well. I just don't know who the second should be. One of the advantages of sending Stalwarts over Pilgrims is Stalwarts don't mind any drugs, like Go Juice and Flake and all that, whereas Pilgrims won't take hard drugs, they'll only take soft drugs. So mood stabilization can be a little bit more tricky with Pilgrims over Stalwarts, but I don't know if that's good enough reason. I think because of Madsen's divorce, had I noticed that ahead of time, I wouldn't have sent Madsen. If we did an artificial enhancement to Fangface, Fangface would be a little happier. Maybe I'll just do a cheap one, like a cochlear implant. Make 2 cochlear implants for Fangface, so that Fangface is a little bit happier on his excursion. I think if I'm doing that, no, I'm gonna go all in. Bionic arm and a bionic, or maybe 2 bionic legs. The thing is, if I give him 2 bionic legs, he might be able to solo it. Should I consider sending Fangface solo if he has 2 bionic legs? The reason is, if anything bothers him, he just, like, runs away from it. Right? He has a shooting of 12, so he's a good shot. He has a construction of 13, so he can build. And with 2 bionic legs, what the hell could chase him? You know? So there's definitely an argument to be made of Fangface with 2 bionic legs might be able to face whatever challenges there are down there and be able to come back fine. Okay, you guys are thinking yes. Let's have Zeus in, make these then. What's his medicine skill? 3. Basic familiarity. The idea is not to get hurt, because if I'm gonna need patching, it's a problem. So, yeah. I mean, any of these excursions is a risk. Risk-free is never going to happen. But it's lower risk if you can outrun everything. Because there are 2 seals waiting there for me. But if he's nice and bundled up with our warmest clothing, and he has a good gun and bionic legs, he's not going to get chased very easily. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? There's 1 leg. It'll just immediately jump into the second one. Okay. I think sending him solo is riskier, but half the cost. And you saw the sort of threats we faced on our last trip. They weren't insurmountable. They were survivable. What is the other things called? ALY. Okay. We need a place to store our pre-medicine. On the floor is not appropriate, believe it or not. Wow, we got a lot of steel. Okay, Fangface, if you are going for a surgery, Madsen has to be the surgeon. Please don't screw it up, Madsen. Madsen's skill's 13. This is a masterwork bed, and masterwork hospital bed with a vitals monitor and a sterile room with a 13 skill surgeon. So we're talking only like critical fails here. And we, oh no, there's a 2% chance for, or like a 4% chance for a normal fail. Well, it's fine. Fangface is fine. So once the anesthesia wears off, we will embark. Yeah, the issue with soloing is I do have to build more pods because I can't send supplies ahead. So the weight of a single pod, for instance, would be, so like with a person, if I want 150 chem fuel and a steel, yeah, so one pod plus steel and chem fuel is enough. So each hop for bare minimum is going to be 50 steel. It's going to be 110 steel. So what I could do actually is send 2 people to the first hop and then Fangface to solo thereafter. Or have the second person go 2 hops and Fangface solo thereafter. Might make more sense. Because Fangface will be able to establish an outpost to the first hop and then send gear to the second hop. So if I have someone accompany them to the first hop, they can help send gear to the second hop and then come home. So I might send 2 to the first outpost and then Fangface solo after that. I think that is the cheapest method. So yeah, you made a really fair point, and I hope my compromise makes sense to you. And it doesn't really matter who goes to the first op, because the first all the person that goes to the first outpost is essentially doing is filling subsequent transport pods to send more materials to Fangface at the second outpost, and then coming home. So they just need construction skill to be able to build the pods. So it could be anyone with construction skill. It could be, you know, tannering, like, or someone like that. But I don't think they're necessarily going to need like super warm clothing or anything. Show the temperature camera? Sure. It's warm in the farms, kind of warm in the bedrooms, warm in the workshop and hospital. Cold basically everywhere else. Right now, we're in the middle of summer, so we're only keeping it warm enough in our tunnels to like stave off hypothermia. These heaters for the tunnels are set to about -40, which is our hypothermia threshold. During the winter, the tunnels are significantly warmer than background temp. Which, when the background temp's like -90 and the tunnels are -40, that's a big gradient. You weren't aware this series was about pod math? Well, yeah, I mean, we're pod racers here. Oh, God, speaking of which... Me not doing math. That should be closed. So pretty soon, the big seeding of Nutrifungus will be ready, and that should help with our chem fuel supply. I'm surprised how little we've scanned. I guess because Zeusen's mostly glued to replacing the advanced components we just used. Alright, the other thing. Fangface, what is the quality of your assault rifle? Good. So I'm going to have Axios give up his Masterwork assault rifle. So the Fangface has the best assault rifle that the colony can offer. And then before I commit to actually going to the raid site, I'll make sure Fangface is wearing the warmest clothing as well. Because I'm not really sure how cold it's going to be, but this is like Antarctic Circle levels of south. I mean, it's probably going to be rough. Why is the farm this shape? Ground fertility? Yes. Yeah, this is roughly where the fertile soil was, as you can see. So here's the fertility map. So there's pockets of soil fertility. It's all stony soil. And there was a nice cluster of soil fertility here. So I built the farm around that concept. We've got 12 hours. It's also going to be the Stalwart social pretty soon. So I might want to wait till after the Stalwart social. Risking, of course, that the Stalwart social might be a negative event. But wait till afterwards so that Fangface can attend. Because the more attendees, the happier we'll be. I think I know where all my cloth is going. It's getting cooked up into medicine, isn't it? I could council boost him. I wonder what the 32% chance? No, I'm not going to be doing that. She'd walk up and be like, "You got this, idiot." No problem. He's like, thanks for the pep talk, coach. Don't touch me. So, the rough calculation of chem fuel. Let's say the first hop doesn't matter because that's being supplied by the base. So the second outpost is going to send Fangface only, right? So it's 150, 300, which is not so bad. Because from the first outpost to the second outpost is 150 and then 300. So I'm going to need to bring... The third outpost is going to need at least 110 steel and 2 components. And this outpost will need probably twice that. Fangface, how are we looking? So 2 hours worn off, and then the ritual opportunities in 17 hours. Yeah, I'll wait for the ritual. But with 2 bionic legs, he now runs at 575, which is like way faster than anyone is typically going to be able to chase him. The warmest parka here is, I think, the alpaca wool at 60. Oh no, the megasloth wool is at 68 Celsius. Okay. Grab that one. This shirt is 8 Celsius. How does that compare with the travel wear? 10. Okay, I'm not going to go with the shirt. So who has the best travel wear? Excellent, good. Excellent. I don't think anyone has Masterworks. Okay, prize it. Take off your travel wear. So Fang Face's cold tolerance is now up to -75. That's pretty freaking good. And then I can try to figure out who is the best toque. Because I don't know how cold it's going to be. I just know I should be ready for it to be cold. So 10-8 for that flat cap, I think is the best one I've seen so far. This toque is a 10-8 as well, but it's pretty tattered. Alright, let's take sheep's toque, or flat cap. Oh, you had a... Excellent. Never mind. So, -75 Celsius is the best we can do. That's honestly pretty reasonable. Dukov, thank you for the sub. So Fangface is wearing all that warm goodness. Wait, why are you... Betting got screwed up. Because... Tannering, you're supposed to sleep here. AR, JD, Slotus, Tannering, Rogi, Axios. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. For reference, only Stalwarts get bedrooms. So seeing Fangface a Stalwart in the barracks made no sense to me. But it's because we were, you know, out of the base, so we got deployed and that column screwed up. Alright, at this point, I'm going to make an effort to start stockpiling uranium. As I said, it super sucks to go all the way the hell out there, but it needs to be done. Because if we're getting a nuclear reactor, we need the uranium, so wherever it is, that's where we go. It's funny to think in this colony the most valuable objects are ancient parkas made from wool of extinct animals. Yes. 100% yes, I agree. And like, by no small margin. Besides the arc itself, I suppose. I mean, to be fair, this arc is worth, I forget where it shows the colony value, but it's worth a lot of money. I guess I would need to minify it to see that. But you can trust me. Alright, 8 more days until the 1st of fall. And it looks like my people are ready. Yeah, it is summer. It's not the worst season to go out and mine. The the tunnels all the way out to this mine are heated, though. And in fact, this zone is actually quite warm. It's a pretty comfortable, it's usually like pretty room temperature, right? It's 63 Fahrenheit. I mean, my office, for reference, is like 67 Fahrenheit, so it's about the temperature in my office right now. Not too bad. If we do want more armor for our people, I should also be focusing more on plasteel, because recon, armor, and marine helmets are plasteel, basically. Cheers! Alright, let's do it! Stalwart Social. Yeah, something tells me... I mean, leader present is a little weird, because we don't have a leader, but something tells me this is not going to go so well, but I'll try anyway. Yo, Fangface, how about a 10? Is everyone there now? Sheep isn't. Hurry up, sheep! Hurry up! Oh my god, sheep. You're not even going to make it. Well, it was fun. We'll have to tell sheep about it, because sheep did not attend. Actually, no, you did. You attended in name only, though. Okay. Sure. Alright. Launching. Tannering. And Fangface. I'm not going to worry about Tannering's warmth. We'll do 30 meals. All the chem fuel, because I suspect I'm going to need it. Let's reduce the chem fuel by a little to do components. And then Glitterworld meds in case you have to do some self-tending. Wake up. Ambrosia. Let's do 5 ambrosia, 5 tea, 5 beer, 1 wake up in case. Okay. Am I missing anything? So we've got packaged meals, chem fuel, components, medicine, drugs, steel, beer. I could do a bedroll. Yeah. I do have that double bedroll. We'll send it. Okay. Maybe I'll take 1 go juice instead of wake up. I mean, there's always the risk, of course, of like an overdose. But, you know, it's probably a smaller risk than being like run down to death. Alright. We're sending. Now, the only problem here is we will not have the chem fuel unless we start shredding bugs to send tannering anything from home for a bit. Oh, it looks like we're starting to get the uranium. That's good. Did I do his clothing? Yes. Huh. Well, Madsen, there's silver underneath your bed. Nice. I've heard of gold on the ceiling, but not silver on the floor. Oh boy. They're away. That's a lot of silver, too. Ooh. Interesting. It's a pretty warm boreal forest. The puddle. Nice. We're living in the forest puddle. Oh, crap. We're in a marsh. That sucks. Wildlife. Still none. First thing I checked. Do any of you plant tend? No, plants, not at all. 'Cause, yeah, if we wanted trees, there's some trees here. Thanks, Tannering, for the help. Immediately goes to sleep. You lazy lout. I'd not really intended for this series to ever seriously use outposts for resource gain, so I'm not planning on exploiting the trees here. Let's use what we can to build like a little survival shack, and like that's all I'm really doing. That is the scope of the resource exploitation here. Not that would really make sense, because even if we tried to exploit the materials here, using steel and chem fuel to harvest trees is not really economically viable anyway. Is there an ancient danger? No. There shouldn't be ancient dangers like full stop anywhere in the entire world. It's not a world that has ancient soldiers. Oh man, you need sleep. Okay, the stuff that's in the water is gonna get destroyed way fast. Which is why I was like, crap, we were in a marsh. Because, water destroys everything quickly. So, the effort now is going to be to haul the things I don't want to go poof out from the marsh. Drugs and medicine are the most susceptible, because chem fuel is going to take a while. The meals are going to take almost forever. And the steel will never decay. It's a little survival shack. And the plan is for Bangface to bring everything that he can to the second outpost, and then Tannering just keeps resupplying until I feel like I have enough to be able to get all the way to the site. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow pilgrims and stalwarts.